97% of the men in the world today have actually been taught to be weak. Given that 75 to 80% of men are reared by single parents, they want loser trophies. They want to be talked to like females, girlies. Women, is it any wonder that most of you have feminine characteristics? It's not to insult you, it's the truth. And a man could be a CEO of his own company, and I've seen those type of men intimidated by a woman simply because she's attractive and have a nice figure. But you never stop to ask, what is she bringing to the truth? And the truth requires no apology. See, most men have actually been taught, be nice to women. Be forgiving, even when she crosses your boundaries that you should have actually already established. You did, but she violates them and you do nothing. You're taught to be kind, be courteous, be chivalrous, even if she offers you nothing in return. You never stop to ask the question, what is she bringing to the table? That's a value. That's a real value. I don't mean about your lustful desires. What is she bringing to the table that's really desirable to you? Do you see what I mean? You're taught to be nice. Because why? Men in this world, you've been emasculated. And you've been confusing being nice with being valuable. Being nice doesn't make you valuable. Essentially, it makes you weak, overly insensitive, and it means you're seeking outside external validation from that woman, which makes you weak and pathetic. It makes you weak. It makes you trampled upon. It makes you lack honor and respect. There's nothing wrong with being nice to those that deserve it. But being nice to someone that doesn't respect you, you're victimizing yourself and you have no self-worth. I'm Kahan Tazadoctrine, a spokesman for men. And I'm here to tell you, you need to stand up and learn how to be men, because some of you, the vast majority of you, have never been taught to be men. I offer no apology for my speech because the truth requires no apology. Take, for instance, the brolic guy that you see in the gym. He's big, he's huge, he's strong. He's intimidating to many men. But the same guy, he goes before a woman because she's very attractive. She may have an hourglass shape, a beautiful face, but she has nothing else to offer him, and he crumbles before her. He just finished threatening and intimidating another guy that was smaller than him, but he melts before the female. See, 97% of the men have actually been taught to behave this way in front of women. They're intimidated. And from that point, from the inception of your engagement, you lose. Because it's not trivial, it's real life. Get your mind right. Because the very moment that you see an attractive woman and you're afraid to approach her, you've already elevated her above you. And that relationship, from its inception, is already in a degenerate state for the man that thinks from that particular perspective. And 97% of men have been taught to think that way. A man could be a CEO of a company and he's intimidated by an attractive woman that has nothing else to offer him besides attraction. When you really measure the worth, it just doesn't add up. She gives him a box and a nice smile, and he gives her his life savings. This is deranged. But since men have already elevated the box above his worth, the things that he's earned in life, the things that he's worked night and day to earn. He sees an attractive woman and he places her above it all. And he ends up losing half or even more to a woman that really never cared about him. She only cared about his material substance, his possessions. And by the time that he figures that out, it's often too late. He goes into a gynocentric court and he gets divorce rate. Because in 2026, believe it or not, some men are naive enough to still get married. And so when you marry in this system, you're creating a trust. A trust where the state has legal authority over your marriage. What's the percentage of men that you think win custody cases? Because let's face it, folks, some guys, they're so apt to run out and impregnate that same beautiful woman. And children are supposed to be a blessing, but in this world, many seem to be used as entrapment or as an 18 to 21 year check. Now, I know that seems a bit harsh, but the facts are the facts. And the system knows this. So the only way to reverse this is for us to become men, which is why I'm here. And other men as myself are speaking out against this. So now you have a woman or a few women speaking against what women are doing. But when you really look into the depths of their lives, most of these women that speak in this, they don't have a man. And you got to ask yourself why. Why would you want to learn how to deal with women and interact with women from another woman? Because you're subservient to her. This doesn't go to say that women can't teach a man something. But facts are facts, and I'm not politically correct. Most of what women have actually learned, she's learned it from a man. And when she learns that from a man, she would dangle that before him. See, they want to be the CEOs now. They want to own the company that another man created. Sure, there's a few women CEOs out there, and they're growing in numbers. Why? Because you have a system in place that's emasculating men. Men are becoming more flamboyant, more emasculated, more effeminized. You even have men that join in protests against other men, labeling us misogynist, overly masculine. You cannot use the word man without masculine being inclusive. See, that's part of manhood. And it takes a father to make a man because he raised sons. Women try to do that, but thus, this is why 97% of people in society, that men behave and conduct themselves as they do. You don't have to ask what's happening to men. You know what's happening. The absence of the father, the absence of the man. But guess what? You're blamed for that as men. You're blamed for that as men, even though that you wanted to remove yourself from a toxic situation because you saw the situation going downhill. You're still to blame. You ever wonder why? There's rights for the alternative lifestyle people. There's women's rights. Where are the rights for masculine men? Where's there no violation or no public policy for the system indoctrinating the mass mind to desecrate men, to insult men, to make men look stupid? You know how this happens? Men do it. Men that's been effeminized, men that worship Eve, they get in the systems of power, and then they're having their strings pulled by the puppet masters, who are usually their wives or their girlfriends, pulling their strings in this direction. You do this, you say this, you pass this law, or Pandora's box is closed until you do. So most of the time, these men comply. I'm talking about your politicians. But if they don't comply, they end up in court, divorce rate. Jeff Bezos, you know the role. Do I need to call the role? And he caters. And then suddenly, Eve's out front. Eve's passing laws. And the more laws that's being passed in favor of Eve, the more untouchable they believe they become. Systems aware of this. Systems allow it. But in every generation, in every nation, it's always been the men to determine whether that society will continue to excel or fall. So it was with Rome. So it was with Greece. So it was with all four world empires. So I asked the men in this particular system, what will you do? Will you rise to the occasion of being men? Or you continue to simp out and worship the box and worship Eve as a goddess? Or will you learn to be still? Because right now, most of you, you're in such a degenerate state that you value her above yourself. And you couldn't fathom into your thinking that the best thing that could happen to you may be to leave her if she doesn't respect you. We've created a system where women have rights and men have responsibilities. We've allowed it. Because without respect, she can't love you. And she doesn't value you. And if you don't leave her at some point, once, she's taken everything that she could get from you, she'll leave you. And the last would be worse than the first pain that you experience. So the question becomes, what are you going to do now? Are you going to rise to the occasion of being men? Or are you going to continue to allow succubus to suck all value from you? The decision is yours. You can't just talk about it, you have to live it. Sometimes being still is the most powerful thing that you could do as a man. You have to set boundaries. Start right there. Set a boundary. And one of the first things that you need to do is to realize that you're the prize. But you can't just say that. You need to make yourself valuable. So valuable that you don't have to approach her. They will approach you because they can see your value. When you walk into a room, your chest is high, your head's up. You walk with strength. You work out. You get back in the gym. You make yourself valuable. You're burning the midnight oil. You're no longer wasting your time up on social media, chasing women, texting women. And where you're no longer the guy, oh, Mal, you look good. It's not the way. It's not the way, bro. The way is what I'm teaching you. Is to be more stoic. Concentrate on you. Make yourself the most valuable man that you can be. And that way you'll always survive. But you must learn to protect your value. If you're ready to protect your value, but comment below. Protect my value. That's up to you. You're in the valley of decision. There's two types of people in this world. You have predators and you have the prey. Right now, 97% of men are the prey. You can look at the celebrities. Look at the basketball players, football players. They're all preyed upon. For what? Their substance. You got to learn to be the predator. And people would say you're cruel. But I tell you something. You could either be cruel or you could be weak. But in times of war, you don't want to be weak. You need to be cruel. Because weak people fall into a black hole. The cruel person will rebuke and fight back against oppression. You want to be weak? going to be cruel. You're either going to be the predator or you're going to be the prey. And the predator preys upon your weakness. It's the way it is. You like that, understand it, believe it or not. But the fictitious stories the Hollywood, social media, and society has painted are lies. But I came to give you the truth, and the truth offers no apology. This is why they censor my truth, because it's in fact the truth. Because when the truth comes, all false things must disappear. Now, what do you want to do? Live the truth as a predator or continue to be preyed upon? You're going to have to draw a line in the sand and decide which side you're on. Men, or the system. The system has designed a society where we're victimized. You better take it and you better like it. Look how men are made to look stupid in infomercials. And this right here, this video may not go forth because this type of information is not supposed to go out. You're not supposed to know this. Why? Because I'm speaking truth. What have I done wrong? I've spoken nothing but the truth. And the only one that will find this information offensive are predators that want to continue to use you as their prey. It's the truth. If you found the information in this video valuable, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Predator or prey, decide which you're going to be. You're going to be compelled to draw that proverbial line in the sand of your mind and determine whether you're going to be weak or strong. Women are attracted to predators because they're protective. They're not protected. They're not attracted to weakness because weakness won't protect them. Those are the facts. Come tell the dog so you know said it. And we'll say shalom, peace, 2 fingers. And I'm gonna leave that in the air. And in times of peace, prepare for war. Because peace don't last forever. Inclusive of your relationships. To my viewers and listeners, if you found this information valuable, like the video, it will help YouTube to share it with other men that need this information. And men definitely need this information. And your donations will be appreciated. Thank you.